Hey guys, AKIL'S here. Welcome back to the Trading Coach Podcast. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to build a steady income while learning to trade. And this was a message that I got through email from one of our frequent followers of the podcast. So thank you. And if you guys are new, I always say that the goal of the Trading Coach Podcast is to be a podcast for traders by traders, meaning it's not just topics that I come up with that I think you want to hear. It is literally topics that you want to discuss. So never be shy about shooting me an email, a message, a DM, whatever it is, saying, hey, Akil, can you talk about this? I will either point you in the direction of a previous podcast that explains it, and I've got some cool recommendations at the very end of this for you, or I will create one just for you. By the way, I was supposed to say this earlier, this is a video episode, so if you want to watch me in live motion, head over to Spotify to watch this or head over to YouTube. So the question was this: Akil, hope you're doing well. My name is blank, I'll leave that out. I'm a full-time chef with a growing passion for Forex trading. By the way, I don't know if you guys ever knew this, fun fact, I wanted to be a chef coming out of high school. I love cooking. It is probably the only reason I am married to the woman that I am married to, because I can cook very, very well. Anyway, I really appreciate the educational content you provide, especially on trading psychology and systematic approaches. I want to propose an idea for a YouTube video that I think could provide great value to beginners like me. How do I build a steady income while learning to trade? Since I have limited time due to my job, I'd love to understand how someone in my position can, 1, apply structured methods within minimal time, 2, manage risk effectively while learning, and 3, develop consistency before going full time. Now, I'll start off with the main question: how to build a steady income while learning to trade. If we think about learning to trade being not like the forever journey of learning, because I'm still learning even 18 plus years into trading, but if we're thinking about it in the sense of like I am new or struggling and just learning from the very beginning, the easiest way to grow your income while learning how to trade is by not trading live while learning how to trade. It really is an addition by subtraction type of thing. Many traders, including myself, want to word this in a positive way, recklessly blow a lot of money. Donate a lot of money towards our future education. What I mean by donate a lot of money towards our future education is that not donating in a way where we're paying for coaching, paying for mentorship, stuff like that. I mean that we go to the school of hard knocks, meaning that we do things in the market with live money, we lose that live money, and then we have either two choices. 1, we never learn and we continue to make the same mistake until we go broke. Or 2, right, the pain of losing that live money allows us to learn and we try to get better. The cool thing about trading, and this is what makes trading unique in comparison to really any other startup out there, is that you don't have to spend money during that learning process. In many other businesses, you have to invest a lot of money beforehand to get the business up and running, whether it's marketing, whether it's training employees, whether it's the literal infrastructure of the business. Trading, right? We can learn without investing anything. It costs nothing to have a demo account. It costs nothing to scan Trading Coach Podcast episodes or YouTube and learn. I guess minimally if you want to buy books or pay for coaching or something like that. But the point is, right, we don't have to trade live before we're ready to. And the biggest mistake that a lot of traders make is they do just that. They trade live with live money, live risk, before they're in a position where they actually know how to trade, and it's no surprise that they're losing a lot of money. This is where that gambling mentality comes in, where it's like, I'll just throw money on the table and I hope I get some back, and more times than not, they don't get some back. So the easiest way to grow your income while learning how to trade is by not trading. So let's dig into some of the sub questions, right? So I want to learn how to apply a structured method to my trading in minimal time. And I've got some advice on this. 1 is keep your focus simple. So many traders see, and this is the gift and curse of trading, right? The cool thing about trading is that you can literally make money pretty much any different way, right? And there are some, tactics that you have to follow as far as like risk management, organizational skills, a systematic approach, yes. But as far as your actual trading strategy, You can trade trend continuation, you can trade counter trend, you can trade advanced patterns, you can trade classic patterns, you can be indicator based, you can be automated, right? The list goes on and on and on forever, right? The key is, right, try to focus on a single way. And what gets a lot of traders in trouble is that they see all these different shiny things because YouTube is forwarding to this video and they bounce here, 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 here. They also don't go through the learning process the right way. So they try something, as soon as it doesn't work, they bounce to the next thing. And then there's forever cycle of trying to find the Holy Grail. Speaking of the Holy Grail, in the very next episode of the Trading Coach podcast, I'm going to share with you where you can find the real Holy Grail of trading and what steps you have to do to achieve that. So keep an eye out for that. But my advice as far as like applying a structured method in minimal time is to focus on a single thing, right? So I'm a trading coach. If you guys didn't know, we have courses. And what I advise all the traders I work with to do is to go through the courses at least twice, right? The first time you go through, you're just getting a lay of the land. You're making observation. You're learning, obviously, all the basic foundational elements that will help you in no matter what trading strategy you choose. But eventually, by the time you get to, I think it's the third or fourth course, we're actually teaching you trading strategies. And this is where it can become very overwhelming because you're learning this. And the first time through, I say, hey, don't worry about actually trading any of these things. Just like go through the courses, learn about it, and try to get a feel of like, hey, I like this, or I hate that, or that seems weird, or no way I would do that. Try to get a feel of the different options that are out there. And then when you go through the course the second time, dial in on a single strategy. I want to focus on the daily chore. And then all of the education that you learn, focus that specifically for that single strategy. And that's going to set you on a direct path. It's going to eliminate a lot of the distractions out there. It's going to eliminate a lot of time from your learning curve as well, because instead of bouncing around from do this for a month and failed, and do that for a month and failed, and do that for a month and failed, and get overwhelmed by looking for everything, you're looking for one single thing. You're ignoring everything else in the market, and you're focused on your focus. And that's how you're going to progress in the shortest period of time. And then my approach is this. Once you get good at something, right, and there's steps that we'll go over later before you can actually trade live, but let's say you're at the live trading part. Once you get good at it and you're consistent at it, and you're making money, and it becomes more like a habit, meaning like you just, okay, signal, right? Now, when you have that extra energy, that extra focus, that extra time, if you want to continue building your trading portfolio, right? And that's another episode I have in the queue that I haven't recorded yet, right? Building different portfolios based on strategies and whatnot. Hopefully I actually record it. That's a fun one. But when it comes time to building your actual trading portfolio, if you want to build your trading portfolio, now you can start investing in your second strategy while your first is kind of running on autopilot. Another thing as far as minimal time is, depending on kind of your lifestyle choices, you have to decide what type of trader you want to be, right? If you only have a few hours a day and you want to be an active trader, you can easily be a day trader and look at the charts for 2-3 hours a day and that's it. One of the big myths in trading is that, hey, day traders have to stare at their computer for like 8 hours at a time. No, not at all, right? When I day traded, it was 3 hours max, right? I was 3 hours locked in, focused. That's about all I can focus for. Try to make some money and then boom, enjoy the rest of my day. So you could take a day trading route where you do something like that. One of the benefits of the Forex market specifically is that it's a 24/7 market, which is what I really enjoyed. When I was a stock trader, I hated waiting till 9 o'clock for the action to start, right? Because I was an early bird and I had things that I wanted to do throughout the rest of the day. The cool thing about Forex is you have different sessions. So I can wake up early if I wanted to and trade the London session. I can wake up at a natural time and trade kind of the pre-New York, early New York session. So you have that flexibility. Just stay away from the Asia session. Bad. I'm not Asia bashing, especially with everything that's going on in the political world right now. It's just historically a slow session, so it's really, really difficult to trade. Or the other extreme of that is being a trader that trades on a very higher time frame. I mentioned the daily chore earlier. That's a strategy we have here at Tier 1 Trading where you're literally looking on the daily chart for one specific signal. So doing your analysis can take 15 minutes, right? We have an indicator for it as well. So you line up on your chart, you say, okay, no, yes, okay, take, boom, and you're done. So you can always set yourself up in a way where you have a very kind of laid back approach, or approach that doesn't require a lot of attention, just by setting up your trading that way. And that's the cool thing about, again, the flexibility of trading, is you can fit it around your lifestyle instead of needing your lifestyle to fit around your trading. The next question is, how can I manage risk effectively while learning? This is what we spoke about earlier. Don't trade, right? Simple as that. Don't trade while learning, right? Again, you want to finish your learning process. You want to go through all the steps before trading live, before you put any money at risk. So if you're trying to trade live while you're learning, the odds are you're going to lose a lot of money, and that's money that you could have had more safely invested when you were ready. And that means you can grow your account quicker, which means you can make more money quicker. That means you can make all the changes that you want to in your life quicker. It's one of the biggest regrets I have, is that I traded live too early. If I would have not blown thousands and thousands of dollars during that learning phase, I would have started with a lot more. I would have made a lot more. I could have done a lot more fun things with that excess money. So don't be like me. Be like me in other aspects, right? I made it, right? One of the few that made it, but don't be like me in that. I did a lot of dumb things, so hopefully you guys don't have to. The last one is, how do I develop consistency before going full time? And this is that process that we spoke about. One, you want to learn. Two, you want to practice, right? And practice comes in a few ways. Practice comes from practicing, developing your RAS, your reticular activating system, training your eyes to see what you're supposed to see during the learning process. That is going to take a while, especially if you're new to technical analysis. A lot of these things are new. It's like riding a bike for the first time. The first time you get on it, you're wobbly. You don't really know what to do. And it takes practice and reps to get a hang of it. So don't underestimate the power of reps. Reps in the market are the best teacher. I'm great, Jason Graystone's great, but the market is greater. So reps in the market, and reps that you're able to learn from, right? Those are the best teachers. So get your reps in the market. Get your reps in the market while you're learning. You get more reps during your strategy development, meaning while you're going through the process of either creating your own strategy or tweaking a strategy that you learned about. You get more reps during the back testing phase, where you're literally going through, right? Like, who's it? Rob Lowe. We started watching the Rob. Anyway, sorry, don't get distracted. Focus. Where you literally go through thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of historical opportunities. So you're training your eyes, you're getting reps, you're making observations there. You get more reps through your demo and your forward testing phase. This is like trading on a demo account. So you're actively trading live, but you're doing it with fake money. And those offer, all these different things offer different types of reps. But you can see as you go through those process of learning reps, strategy develop reps, back testing reps, demo trading reps, you're going to get so many reps that by the time you pass all those tests, right, you're going to be fully prepared to go live. And like we say, whenever you go live, always start with a small amount of money and then treat yourself like a prop firm and reward yourself based off your performance. We have a trader right now on the platform who I've been working with just for a few weeks now, who has been demo trading. I was talking to him the other day, and he's really enjoying the experience. And he doesn't really have a system or strategy yet. He's just on the chart making prediction, right? We call it the prediction game, where you load up a chart, you analyze, you make a prediction, and then you track and judge yourself off those predictions. And maybe when you're new, your predictions are hitting at like 20%, but then it goes to 30% as you learn, 40%, 50%, and before you know it, you're making better and better predictions. You're becoming more confident in yourself as a trading. And here's the secret to trading, right? Everyone loves the entries and all that fun stuff. If you are good, write this down, right? If you are good at making directional predictions, you've got about 90% of trading done. Right? Because finding an entry is more so just on your comfort level as far as how aggressive you want to be. You can just put a limit order there and buy. You could be conservative and wait for a small signal, a complex signal, right? But none of that stuff matters. None of these super fancy entries matter if you can't make a correct directional prediction. So you have to train that, and that's something that a lot of traders don't do. But this trader is also in a similar situation where he's got a full-time job. He's got to try to work his trading around those jobs. Right now, he's looking at day trading, and he's getting a good chance to figure it out. He's seeing that, right? We spoke the other day about how he's loving day trading. It works into his schedule. The only problem that he has is sometimes he hits on these big trend continuation trades, and he likes to actively manage his stops, meaning like as price goes in his direction, he kind of manages his stop loss. That way he can move his stops to zero risk, to different levels of profit. The problem that he sees is that sometimes these trades go on forever, and then he has to go to work, but his trade is still in play. And he's like, well, how do I manage that situation? And we spoke about a few solutions for that. But the key is he's discovering this before he's trading live. He's not trading live, and all of a sudden he's like, I got this trade on the board and I got to go to work. Oh, what do I do? Right? And you can get all types of trouble doing that. before he's well away from the live trading process, but before he's even gotten to that level, he's starting to notice that, wait a minute, okay, I need to develop a rule for what happens if I'm still in a trade and it's time to go to work. Do I close out and cash out? Do I do an OCO order so that it runs automatically? Like, what do I do? And it's cool that he's getting those reps so he can have those solutions to those problems before they occur in a live environment. And that's the beauty of the process of trading. When I talk about you should be able to learn everything that you're supposed to learn before you have any live money at risk. So before you go, I want to give you some Trading Coach podcast recommendations. I know I do a lot of episodes and some of them get lost in the sauce because you don't go all the way back to years and years ago. One to check out is episode 1098. It's called Death by 1,000 Cuts, the real reason traders blow accounts. Another one to check out is episode 297. So taking you way back, this is called the I Can't Lose Mindset. And the third one, this is a really throwback, episode 43, Experienced Traders Follow This One Rule. Check those episodes out and of course play Trading Coach Podcast Roulette, scroll through and pick out ones with a title that seem appealing to you. And of course, if you want more trading chart related content, check me out on YouTube. All right, take care.